A pleasure to meet all at last. And now, here we are. New Year's Eve 2023 and 2024. So, well, this year has definitely been a really good year in many different ways. Some problems were there to practically balance it out. I find it to be decent enough to live through. Probably a lot better than 2022 in many different ways. If some people wanted me to put this up on a ranking, I would probably put this up there with the likes of other great years, like 2010, 2014, and probably even better than 2018. So, I feel like it's only that good. So 2020 gets scaled back a bit, while 2022 seems to falter right behind 2023. Anyways though, that's not really the point of this whole video. This is the final episode of HJN Season 3, and with that thumbnail that you've known is going to be gone. For good. 2270 is going to be about advice. Advice is, simply put, a series of statements that are made by professionals in terms of mental or physical help by any means necessary. Good ways to procure solutions to any kind of problem. For example, if someone were to advise a particular person based on the problems surrounding the likes of bullying, then a good way to simply solve the issue is to find someone and ask them for help surrounding the specific person in question that you've had troubles with because of certain physical or mental abuse. Granted, this is a big deal out there. Mentality is truly a big problem nowadays. Anyone is vastly unpredictable in considerable ways, but even more people seem to be on the strange side that is literally hard to explain. And with all the people out there who could think of me as strange of my own accord, it just simply shows we're not in the kind of society that we had lived in decades ago. We're in a society that, simply put, allows all kinds of things to happen. It could be good, it could be bad. It's a double-edged sword that probably will never go away. It doesn't seem to ever end. It's practically unstoppable. And it does seem like we're bound to head into a big series of events. And going forward, it almost seems like we're going to have even bigger things to look out for. And possibly bigger consequences relating to these events. So I suppose, if I were to procure my own advice, it would be simple. Continue your life as it is. Don't go trying to change it for any possible reasons. Don't try to make it better or worse. Just simply put, keep at it. It doesn't matter if your work is supremely monotonous and repetitive. Just keep at it. Trying to change certain things may only lead to greater problems in life. And all the people out there who want to try and find more money in life, stick to your current job. It doesn't matter if you can't afford housing because of some silly inflation gag. No, there's always going to be a solution to things. We'll never leave the past behind. You know? Because without history, how else would we have learned our lessons? To look both ways before we cross the street. To stop our cars at a stop sign. To look out for the likes of the elderly, the disabled, and the youth. People whom are more vulnerable than your average person. How else would we have known any of that stuff? How else would we have known anything else? Like, for example, avoid going out in certain areas, especially when it gets dark. When certain things can in fact go unanswered or uncalled for. Possibly without any means of stopping it. There's really a number of things that people can do to avoid certain situations. If you don't want to get mugged, don't go out into a certain area. If you don't want to get hit hard by a certain driver, don't bother driving your car, like, in general. Especially if you don't want to come into contact with any kind of bad driver. Everybody has a certain problem in life, and trying to fix it yourself can always lead to greater problems. It could definitely make your life even worse. So just stick to everything. Don't try to do anything differently. Continue your life as is. Don't go trying to fix a problem that doesn't need fixing, or finding a solution to things that don't require a solution. Keep at it just the way it is. There's no need to do anything at all. You could even just stay right at home, lie down in bed, stare up at the ceiling, or close your eyes. It might not make that much of a difference, but one way or the other, something will happen. Likely, tomorrow might even become your final day on Earth, or in general. Your life could just end with a simple bang. And it doesn't matter what bang would refer to. So I feel like that, without any doubt, seems to be a worthwhile way to end a whole season of HJN. With 964 episodes. That's definitely a record breaker. Much more than the 752 I did for season 1. And without any doubt, I mean, this might be a record by all accounts in terms of a certain reality show. As opposed to something like Gaming with Kaiju Force Neo, another show I offered on this channel, which itself has a lot of record breakers in its own right. So, do be sure to, in fact, enjoy what we have left in 2023. Because in a few hours, it'll be the end. And 2024 will be upon us. With one major obstacle left to overcome before we likely have the light at the end of the tunnel. And the rest of the slobbering 20s can be a great time for all of us to enjoy. So, of course, make sure that you stay tuned for Season 4, as I will have that up within the next month or so. And make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me wherever you can find me, and stay on the Hollywood side if you'd like to see more come down on this channel.